It's been over a decade since director James Cameron released Avatar, and fears that a sequel would decline or be inferior to the original film is certainly not the case with Avatar: The Way of Water. Cameron, who co-wrote the screenplay with Rick Jaffa and Amanda Silver, returns to Pandora, giving viewers even more stunning visuals, a more personal and emotional story, and incredible underwater sequences that eclipse the technical prowess of any other film. The waterway is long and thin, but Avatar's sequel is gorgeous, with lush world building and characters that add depth. Nearly 2 decades after the events of the first film, Jake Sully and Neytiri are firing on all cylinders. Jake settled into Nasik's life completely, and over the years the couple had 4 children: eldest son Netayam, second eldest son Locke, adopted daughter Kiri, and their youngest daughter Tuck, with Miles, better known as Spider, a human boy left on Pandora and raised alongside Jake's family in Neytiri. However, Jake and Neytiri's bliss ends abruptly when they face another threat, this time in the form of Colonel Miles Quaritch's avatar, embedded in his clone's memories. Quaritch seeks revenge on Jake and relentlessly hunts his family, forcing him and Neytiri to seek refuge with the mahmoudi.anas, a water tribe. We can't say enough good things about the film's visuals. Each frame is more stunning and magical than the last. The underwater scenes are particularly immersive and pleasant to see. Visually, Avatar: The Way of Water didn't skimp, and a lot of work has clearly gone into creating such spectacular, colorful, and unique views. One of the main strengths of the sequel is the shows of effort and technical achievement of the film. As Jake and Neytiri's children explore the ocean and the wondrous creatures within it, The Way of Water engages audiences and 3D puppets in ways that make the adventure even more visceral. Instead of staying in the woods, Cameron takes the opportunity to explore a new part of Pandora and her different people. This benefits the Avatar sequel and keeps it from stagnating. The film's primary focus is on the younger Nasik's generation, allowing the film to further explore Pandora and the Nasiks without having to spend as much time on Jake's perspective or familiarize yourself with the costumes. Rather, the inclusion of the mahmoudi.anas gives the story a fresh perspective and gives Neytiri and Jake's family a lot to work through, including some hurdles to overcome. This also gives the story a real on-again, off-again dynamic between the adults and teenagers, who are stubborn in their own ways. The menace through Colonel Miles Quaritch gives the sequel a sense of familiarity without revamping the same ground. The Way of Water introduces a plethora of new characters, including the children of Jake and Neytiri and the Water Tribe who shelter their family. While new characters are welcome and their personalities and relationships are well established, there are enough of them that it's easy for others to be pushed aside, like Neytiri, who has very little to do here compared to the first film, and, unlike of Jake, she rarely shares moments with her children, and the writers struggle to balance all their storylines despite the long runtime. To that end, the sequel's story is a bit sparse, though there's certainly more depth than in the first film, and some scenes clearly work to set up Avatar 3 rather than act in service of The Way of Water's narrative. This doesn't distract too much from the story of the movie, but since the ending of the movie leaves some things unresolved, it would have made the movie stronger if Cameron finished some storylines before moving on. Despite this, Avatar: The Way of Water explores enough new storylines and ups the ante for its characters through suspense to ensure a continuation of the first film's story. Captivating, entertaining, and one of the year's finest films, The Way of the Water is a transformative cinematic experience that excites and captivates the senses through visual storytelling, making it well worth waiting for a return to Pandora. Avatar: The Way of Water hits theaters December 16th. The film is 192 minutes long and is rated PG-13 for sequences of heavy violence and intense action, partial nudity, and foul language. Our rating, 3.5 out of 5. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and support my channel.